Hi, this is Joe Walensky, and I'm the program manager for ConveyUX, and I get to talk to all of the presenters that are going to be at our event coming up in February in Seattle. And today I'm speaking with Nicole Capuana. Hello, Nicole.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Well, I'm in Seattle as usual. Where are you speaking to me from today?
Today I'm in Cleveland. It's a little gray outside, but I work on a boat, so I'm right on the water, and it's still pretty lovely this time of year.
So the idea of working on a boat's kind of interesting. So what's up with that?
So we moved onto a boat because why not? It was available as a space. We totally tore it up and turned it into a really creative open workspace. And if I can't live on the water, working on the water is certainly the next best thing. So every day I get to be right on the waters of Lake Erie.
Well, maybe if I'm around there, I'll have to come check it out because I'm intrigued to see what that looks like.
Absolutely.
From the inside, it looks like you're in an office.
Yes, but if I turn, but it's too much glare, you'd get to see the lake.
Well, for people that may not be familiar with your background, why don't you talk a little bit about the types of things you're involved in?
So I've been a UX designer for many years now, back in the early days of the web starting out. So I've grown as the industry has grown. I've worked in enterprises and agencies, and right now I'm working at Lean Dog. We are a small software consulting company, so folks come to us and say, we need custom software built. It could be mobile, it could be web, it could be an Internet of Things connected device, really anything from startups to, massive companies. So I get to problem solve and make great products.
And is the business in Cleveland because you're there, or how did Lean Dog, your office, end up there on the boat?
Uh, so Lean Dog it was started by a fellow named John Stahl who wanted to no longer travel on the road of consulting and decided, why can't I just work in my hometown of Cleveland and find 20 great people to work with, and I'm going to work on a boat. Why not? So we started about 6 years ago, and at this point we're beyond 20 great people. So most of us are all from here. I myself am not, but I moved here for love, so I'll be here for a while.
All right. Well, what are one of our people at the been at the conference last couple years, Len Peralta, does the interpretive illustrations. He's a Cleveland person.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so he makes the trip every year from there. And I always enjoy the going to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Museum if I get there. It's
Yes,
always
it's
fun.
just down the street, about a 5-minute walk.
Well, yeah, I know you're involved in a lot of things. What's some of the topics that you're actively working with right now? Any new things you're exploring?
So my team is growing here at Lean Dog. So I have a UX team, and we're trying to figure out better ways for us to work within our projects. We run everything agile and lean, and we're just trying to find better ways that we can work collaboratively with our developers and with our product owners. Um, and also have time to do research and concepting instead of just like, okay, run, go build this thing. So we're experimenting with a few things, and most recently we started doing some interviews and user research prior to even engaging with our clients. So that seems to be really hopeful that we can continue on that path, so that we walk in the door with immediate value and then just instant collaboration and continue that through the life of the project. So I'm just trying to figure out better ways we can work as a small team. So that's sort of been my nighttime passion of reading and trying to figure out how we can move the ball forward there.
Uh, well, with respect to that team building, team improvement, are there any things that have that you've found to be particularly difficult challenges for people in groups in that area?
Well, sometimes I feel like if we don't have UX ahead of dev, it becomes like a feeling that you're feeding a beast, and nobody wants to be under that sort of pressure. So how do we work together to alleviate that? One of the ways we found that is helping us is really focusing in on a cross-functional pair and doing some concepting and exploration before we get into, okay, now we've got a backlog of stories, we're going to pull this card. So that's been really helpful, and seems to be, increasing the collaboration, increasing the, the quality of stuff that we're doing. So that's been really good. But it's certainly been a challenge as well. And then it's a challenge trying to sell, getting in front of, trying to get in front of users and do testing. There's still a lot of resistance, which is unfortunate.
Well, I know another thing that you're involved in is your nonprofit organization. So why don't you talk a little bit about that?
So, I have a full-time job here doing running all things user experience, and then I always tell people that my nonprofit's like my part-time job. So we have a nonprofit here in Cleveland teaching girls about 11 to 13 years age how to code, how to do filmmaking, how to do game design and robotics, all around trying to spark their interest in technology so that they'll take more classes and hopefully find rewarding careers in these areas that are woefully underrepresented from a gender perspective.
And
So.
and how is that set up? Do you get the word out to local schools and things, or how do people find out about your program?
So we partner with a lot of great organizations within the area to help get that word out, like the Great Lakes Science Center. We work with schools, we work with local companies to help get that, get the funding and the sponsorships to put on these workshops. Maybe more of our unique angle is that all of our workshops and programs we put on are led by women like myself who work in technology. So we're not necessarily teachers, we're real world practitioners so that we can serve as role models and talk about our paths on how we got to where we are and why we love what we do. So it's multi-pronged approach. But so far we're 5 years old and growing, crazily every year. So.
Well, yeah, I'm really interested in these types of programs. I think that they're really important. I was wondering like how you feel, well, at least in your area, because I find things change somewhat geographically. But is it that you see that there's some gaps in how things are presented to young women culturally or through the educational system, or these types of programs are just always going to be a helpful supplement?
I think these are a helpful supplement in getting the parents engaged and getting the kids exposed and engaged. Because in some ways, if you don't know, you don't know. So by showing folks and showing girls, right, that there's tons of women doing really wonderful things and finding these careers to be really rewarding, and changing the message that it's not just sitting in a basement and coding away, right? That when you make products, it takes whole teams of people. It takes creatives and it takes, really analytical folks. And at the end of the day, we're problem solving. It's creativity, and we're making really great things. So that's some of the messaging that we try to get out there. We do find working with the parents certainly helps raise the bar in the sense of parents getting aware of these as careers and how rewarding it can be. Because for the generation today, technology is going to be in whatever job they do, whether they're a nurse or whether they're a teacher or whether they're an engineer, right? That there's there's value in learning this now. So.
Is there a certain website, or do you have a website URL or something you might want to
So,
mention?
sure, the organization is called Her Ideas in Motion. You can find more about us at herideasinmotion.com. We have our programs all scheduled for the year, and it's looking to be a great year and jam-packed with stuff.
Well, I want to cap things off just by mentioning your topic, which is going to be at for the conference, which is going to be one of our Wednesday or Tuesday half-day workshops, and the topic is from idea to test. And so, maybe just give a brief thumbnail of that and how you came about to developing this content.
Sure. So the workshop is a hands-on workshop. We're going to get right into the just hands-on practice because I feel that people really learn well through doing. This workshop arose because I also organize the Cleveland Lean Startup Circle. So I do a lot with entrepreneurs and trying to get them to realize that there's plenty of methods that they can use and anyone can use to get greater understanding of taking their idea, refining it, getting in front of people and testing it. So it's a workshop that combines a design studio method with some clickable prototypes, and then ultimately creating a usability test that we can score, objectively. So we can say, okay, well, this part really worked well, and this didn't work so well. So let's focus our attention on maybe the stuff that didn't work as well. So it's really just we're going to get a recap, not a review or an overview of stuff, but then we're also just going to get right on in and get our hands dirty. So it'll be fun.
All right, great. Well, that gives people some idea of what that's involved with, and they might want to sign up for that workshop. Well, thanks for taking a few minutes to talk about Lean Dog and your boat and the foundation and your topic at the conference. And we'll see you in Seattle in February.
Awesome. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
All right.